Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to another episode of Talking TVL. Listen, later this month, Back to the Future is coming to the BBC, and a Huntsvillian is the leading actor. Peyton talked to him yesterday on the show, and I've got the full video right here. Let's take a look.
Well, we all know Back to the Future, an iconic movie that generations know and love, but what would it look like if it was a musical? I know, right? Well, Broadway's already figured that out, and they are bringing the show right here to Rocket City. So we have Marty McFly coming in from the future to tell us all about it. Lucas, my guy, this is a one-of-a-kind show. Thank you for coming on. I'll tell you, some of our crew members who are big Broadway fans, they say this is their favorite production. Can you attest to this? Where does Marty McFly fall on your list of Broadway performances?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's such a dream come true to be able to play such an iconic character. And obviously so many people know the movie and so many people know the character. So it's amazing to be able to bring that character to life on stage and in a different way than people have seen before, obviously with music and dancing and some new twists that you don't see in the movie.
Yeah, we're so excited because, again, this is a musical version, which is a little bit different. And I'm curious, too, Lucas, because it's interesting how this show is such an era's piece, right? I mean, when the film came out in the 80s, that was considered the future at the time, right? And he goes back to the 50s with his mom and daddy. But is it kind of challenging now bringing that time travel concept to 2025? Because now it's like the 80s are very much the past, right? I mean, again, it's kind of this time warp world, but still an iconic character nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it's so amazing. And I think what people love about the show is that nostalgic feeling that it brings.
Yeah.
And people who were teenagers in the 80s when the movies came out now come to the musical and love it so much and show it to their kids. And, you know, it's crazy to see, you know, Marty goes back 30 years in the past, and now we are 40 years in the future from the movie's release on the 40th anniversary this year. And so it's amazing that the film has lived on this long, and now this musical is continuing to tell that story.
Yeah, it's timeless in so many ways. You mentioned nostalgic, and of course we're also seeing some footage of the iconic DeLorean, which we have to talk about because I'm told this is like the thing to see of the show, right? It flies a little bit on stage. What kind of stage magic is used to make this happen? Because there is a lot of tech and set production involved with all of this.
Yeah, I mean, well, one thing I will say is that we have a DeLorean on stage, which I think is an accomplishment in itself. It's amazing to see how the technical team has brought these time travel sequences to life, and the sequence where it's cutting back and forth between Doc on the side of the clock tower and me in the car driving at 88 miles per hour. So it's really amazing to see how they've pulled it off, and I love to look into the audience and see everyone's jaws just dropped and the amazement on everyone's faces.
Yeah, it's electric, I'm sure. And again, we do want to stress this being a musical, which is such a different take. People have probably not seen this version before. I'm curious, how much of the dialogue is actually song? Are there certain numbers and big choreographed dances that you love? What kind of pieces stand out from the full production?
Yeah, I mean, we have the same team that worked on the movie, working on the musical. Bob Gale, who wrote the movie, wrote the book for the show, and Glenn Ballard and Alan Silvestri, who notably wrote the famous Back to the Future score, wrote all the music for the musical as well. So you get that Back to the Future score, obviously. You get the classics from the movie like Johnny Be Good and Power of Love and Back in Time. And then you get some new ones that people are going to love, like Put Your Mind to It, which is a great new song that they've written for the show, and Only a Matter of Time. And Doc has some fun ones like It Works. And so you get a little bit of everything in the musical, a little bit of every style of music. And it's amazing to see all that music that they wrote for the show.
Lucas, I'm so excited for you, and again, cannot wait to welcome you to Rocket City. I haven't seen this production, so I'm gonna have to get tickets, some good ones. But before I let you go too, I grew up a theater kid. People who watch TVL, they know this well, but I love the performing arts in so many ways, and I always think it tells a message, right? And this Back to the Future story, I think, certainly has a lot of different motifs, whether it's just living in the present, being grateful for how things happen, right? Life's life, and it just goes on that way. We can't really change it, but curious kind of what your overall message is to audience members watching this one-of-a-kind show, because it is meaningful.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I always take from the show when I watch it or when I watch the movie is the friendship aspect of everything, you know, and the love. I think Doc and Marty's friendship is so special, and watching them fight for that friendship throughout the show is such an amazing thing. And obviously watching Marty start to love his family more fully throughout the course of the show is so amazing. And to learn where his family came from and why they are the way they are, it's amazing to watch that journey. And yeah, I think that emotional through line is really what makes the film still so special today, and people still love it, is that friendship.
Favorite moment, favorite line, favorite scene, favorite song? I mean, what is kind of the moment of the production where you're like, this is it for me? Because I love being in the audience, watching the actor, knowing like, oh, this is his time to shine.
Yeah, my favorite is a song I mentioned earlier, Put Your Mind to It. It's where Marty's kind of teaching George how to be cool, how to be a rock star. And it's really fun to watch that journey and to watch kind of Marty teach his dad something.
I cannot wait to see it. Lucas, my friend, welcome to Huntsville very soon. Again, we will stress Broadway Theater League is bringing Back to the Future, the musical, right here to the BBC. You see those dates there on your screen, September 30th through October 5th. We'll have details as well on tvliving.com, and you can follow along with Lucas in his fabulous career at his Instagram handle that you see there. Lucas, my friend, welcome to Huntsville. Cannot wait to host you, and be safe traveling back to the future in that DeLorean. We wish you all the best.
Thanks so much. You too.
Thanks.
Fun fact that nobody asked for, the show dates for this is literally, it starts on my sister's birthday, the 30th of September, and then it ends on my birthday, which is October 5th. So I'm like, okay, do I want to get the October 5th date? Do I want to get the September 30th date? We'll make it a little day. I have no idea. But nonetheless, you can get your tickets at the BBC or Broadway Theater League's website, and make sure that you are in the room where it happens, okay? Well, let's talk about who is coming on the show today. It is that time of year again from the Montesano Arts Festival. So Patrice and Elaine with Arts of Huntsville, they're stopping by to share what to expect from this year's show. It's always great. This is one of their pictures titled The Marks of a Builder, okay? I am no artiste, but I always love the abstract look of it all. So again, that's happening as our first guest today. And then our girl, D. Marie, she is back fresh off the plane from New York City's Fashion Week, and today she's stopping by to show off some really cute accessories that she rocked on the streets of New York City herself. This is one of her looks. I don't know who designed it. I don't care. It looks amazing. This is what, listen, when I think New York Fashion Week, these are the types of looks that I think of, right? Extravagant, bold statement, but also still super cute. She's got that leopard print bag. And then here's some accessories that she brought. This first purse, obviously a black purse, and she accessorized it with a little New York City mug, a scarf, a little taxi cab, super cute. But this next one, how adorable is this? I have seen this trend on TikTok or just on social media in the last couple of years where they're taking old VHS tapes, old VHS tapes and turning them into purses. I think that is so cute. There was one flea market that I went to, I want to say maybe in Nashville, or maybe I think it was actually in Seattle, Washington. I went a couple of years ago for Christmas time, and they had a whole business where they made this, and I wish I had grabbed a bag for myself because I don't even know where one obtains such an accessory. But again, let me show you what it looks like. These are the looks. You know, an accessory can make or break an outfit. And hey, I say if you're going to accessorize, make it a bold statement, make it fun, make it fresh. And that's exactly what Dee Marie did. And again, she's on the show today to show us this plus many more accessories that she rocked this week or this year at New York City's Fashion Week. But that's it. That's all I have for you today on Talking TVL. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.